Hello, welcome to Joy's Jabbers. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Tiffany.
I just got a haircut today, and we just ran errands.
I just took a shower.
It's been a crazy day, and lo and behold, we realized, hey, we haven't put up a video yet.
We haven't even video.
Yeah, we haven't done it at all. So we thought we'd go ahead and share because we had to renew library books yesterday. Well, we were supposed to renew library books earlier this week.
I forgot twice. It's fine.
Well, our library's got some kind of interesting renewal system.
It's like a forgiveness policy.
Fee charging policy. I'm not quite sure what it is yet, but we're counting on the fact that we're not going to get charged again this time. Because, of course, we each have 10 books.
We push the limits.
Yeah.
So we were just going to talk about the books we read in August and a couple books we want to get to in September.
Yeah. I'm only going to talk about the books that I've read that we got from this last library haul. Yeah, because I had way too many, and I've already talked about a lot of them.
Huh.
So
I can do that. I could do the same.
I was just going to go with the ones.
Oh, well then.
We
I have them right over here.
started with this one.
Yes,
Taken.
I read Taken. It was so good.
By D. Henderson. Tiffany picked it up. It is the fourth one in this grouping of books.
I feel like
It's the fourth one.
I feel like it's the third one.
But Tiffany decided that she could read it out of order and then loved it and wanted me to read it.
Mm-hmm. Out of order.
So I did. I read it out of order and really enjoyed it.
Yeah, so much so that she bought it, as you could see in last week's vlog.
Yes, I was very glad to have it. And then I promptly went right on to Undetected, which I love it too.
Yeah, I picked it up right after she finished it, and I loved it too.
It has a good I look into submarine life, and
it does.
And
It gets you interested in that,
and still has the good Christian qualities in it, and them calling on God and letting God lead their lives.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
and
that.
I can't recommend it
There's
highly enough. Of course, like we talked about before, keep your expectations low so you can enjoy it. Because I had low expectations because Tiffany had high expectations for Taken, and then wish she hadn't have had it so high. So.
No, it was the other way around because I read Taken first, and then you read Undetected.
Right.
Anyways, there's a lot of technobabble in that book, which it can be really fun, but it can be really...
Yeah. I enjoy the technobabble. It was fun for me.
I enjoy, like, couple paragraphs at a time, not whole chunks. I get lost. Yeah, and then I read... Get into the bag. No, here's the library version of Taken.
I've got my own.
I read Eliza and Her Monsters. I simultaneously enjoyed it and didn't enjoy it at the same time. I feel like that needs to be a whole video in and of itself.
Yeah,
so,
I think you probably should do just a book review of that one. Maybe it'll be a bonus video.
Not today.
No. You know, like 1 week it's an extra video.
Possibly.
Maybe.
It's good. If you were easily triggered by depression and anxiety, I would be very hesitant to recommend this. It does have frequent F-bombs too. But I simultaneously enjoyed it and didn't enjoy it.
I think that's what I really like about D. Henderson's books so much, is they're Christian.
And it's clean.
So they're clean.
It's refreshing after a while.
Yeah. And it really encourages you in your Christian walk. But it doesn't ram it down your throat. So
yeah, it's more like...
So non-Christians can read it and enjoy it too. And I like that.
And then I picked up Anne Perry, the first book I've ever picked up of hers, A Christmas Escape. I really loved this book.
I have to read it,
really liked it. It has a great friendship between a 30-year-old man and a 14-year-old girl that evolves into like an older brother relationship, which I really loved. And the murder mystery, I sort of pegged, but that might be because I think too much.
Well, and the only other thing about that book is that Tiffany said, although it's a Christmas book, they had to remind you it was a Christmas book. There really wasn't anything in it that spoke
not
Christmas.
that I saw. I mean, I read it pretty quick because it's a mystery. I read things quick when I'm intrigued, so I might miss a few little things. But they mention Christmas about 3 or 4 times. It's a small book. It's only like 200 pages, but it was really good. I
Quick
liked
read.
it.
Well, that's important for a Christmas book, to be a quick read so that you can read them through Christmas time. After the 2 D. Henderson books, I decided to pick up this Wife 22. I wanted to know, okay, let's go with this and have a little different change, because it's supposed to have this survey kind of thing that this lady is involved in. And I started reading it, and there was a whole lot of Google search and Facebook kind of thing. So it's trying to get you in the technology thing, and then it just there was cursing. There, talking about her husband was in advertising and did the Cialis commercials and the background for all that, and so they got way into sex and stuff, and I just
don't like it when they ram like sex and sexuality things down your throat. I don't like reading about that. It's just my preference.
Yeah, there were some other things that, so I skipped ahead to see if maybe, it was going to get better, and then it looked like she was going to have an affair with this guy, and I was just like, I just can't do this. And there was too much cursing, and
if something has a lot of cursing in it, it has to be really, really good storyline or really good characters, or I'm out.
So I skipped ahead a whole bunch to see if maybe, and then I found out that, what the end was, and I won't tell you, in case you happen to be one of those people.
But if you really enjoyed those type of things, then be sure to pick that one up.
It was neat. At the end, they did give the 100 or so, whatever it was, questions that she answered, and so I took pictures of those for me to think about them, because I think it's good to think about, when you met and how you met, and what made you fall in love and all of that kind of stuff. So I took pictures of them so I can...
I think that was your first DNF.
It's been the first one for a long time, yeah. And so I put it down, and then you want to talk about what you read?
I think...
While I was DNFing that one.
I read Christmas Escape and Eliza and Her Monsters during that period. Oh, I forgot all about this one. I read the Lynette Eason trilogy within a few days. Yes, I read those within like 5 days.
I'm holding this one because I'm reading this one now, and I'm enjoying it.
I
had low expectations
very
because
low.
Tiffany had some problems with it.
Okay, these 2, 4 stars. I really enjoyed these.
I do have to say though, if you are not into a serial killer kind of book, do not pick this one up, and please don't read it at night.
Don't. I made the mistake of starting this at right after dinner, and I couldn't put it down, and it was 11:30 at night when I finished it. I had a hard time falling asleep.
Yes, it's called When a Heart Stops by Lynette Eason, and it was good.
But
it pushed the border of what I'm comfortable reading. It really did.
It's marketed as a suspense.
It's suspenseful.
But it really crosses the border into thriller, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
It crosses the border into...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That person's crazy.
Yeah. So, I've recommended this one to my mother because she likes murder mysteries, and I really think she'd enjoy this one.
Yeah.
But it is the second one in this series.
I really feel like you could read it out of order if you weren't interested in the first one. I feel like you could read that one with.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it was.
I think so.
Well.
I liked this one
though.
It was a good suspense.
Yeah. My only thing was the cover makes it seem as if her job is going to be very. She's a firefighter. Alexa.
Well, smoke jumper.
She's a firefighter and a smoke jumper.
Yes.
So I felt like.
She was going to learn all about firefighting and smoke jumping, whatever that is.
And fires are in it, just not
there's...
her being that job, which was disappointing, and that's why it was only a 4 out of 5 star.
Yeah, but it was a good book.
It was good.
And it made sense as to why the book didn't surround the fires and everything and her fighting them because of things that happened, at the very beginning of the book. And so yeah, it
It
would
was
be
a
nice to
little
finally read a book about a firefighter.
The fifth book in the O'Malley series, they cover fires a lot. Jack O'Malley, I think it was.
Okay, so it was the ambulance one
Yeah,
that didn't cover
I started
EMT.
on that. I was looking
Okay.
forward to that for so long.
Oh, by the way, this one is called When the Smoke Clears, and like we said, it's the first one in this trilogy.
Yeah, and then
And we have the large print edition, that's why it's
yeah,
so
it's a
big.
little annoying, but it's fine. When a Secret Kills, this was like a 2 or a 3 star for me. Simply because of reasons I can't say. I just felt like the main character should have been a little different. That's all I'm gonna say.
And I'm reading it. Let's see, I am this far in. So I'm at page 233.
Chapter
and
21.
yeah, and there are, I don't know, let's see, 504. So I'm not quite halfway. And I'm still enjoying it. I'm liking it. And I think she's holding to her character.
I don't. I really don't.
I think
didn't
she's holding
like
to her character. So,
I think that was the whole issue was I didn't like her.
you didn't like Jillian.
I didn't like Jillian because I felt like Jillian should have evolved into a different, more secure person. You know?
Right.
It seems like when her love interest comes on the scene, she sort of dissolves a little bit.
disagree. Hard
Like
disagree.
Well, it might have been because I read them like back to back, and so they all kind of fell off.
I am reading them back to back.
I don't know. I just don't like her.
And I'm enjoying it. So, it's a good series. I recommend it.
Yeah, it's a good series.
Yeah, I recommend
I
it.
wouldn't own them, but I'm glad I read them.
Yeah, it's not like Dee's book where I've been wanting to pick them back up and read them again. And we just finished them.
reading. Full disclosure, it's my current read right now.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying it.
And she got the sticker
I
off.
got the ugly sticker off
Off
her
her
eye.
eye?
I got the library cellophane off. Look, I can actually do this. It's beautiful.
Nice book. She traded me her floppy for my hardback.
Yes.
Since I had the floppy paperbacks for the other ones, but I enjoyed Dee Henderson's series so much that I really wanted to go back and reread Undetected again.
That's true. I was like, after reading Eliza and Her Monsters and then Christmas Escape, I got into a bit of a reading slump. Just because reading about depression, reading about loss, and that's another thing is Christmas Escape. The main character's wife has recently died, and so he's going through some loss. And too grieving, depressive. Well, Christmas Escape wasn't depressive. It just had that undertone.
Right.
And it really triggered my anxiety and depression, and it's been hard to pick up another book. It's been hard to even pick up Full Disclosure, and I love that book.
Yeah. But you were enjoying it.
Yeah, I am enjoying it. I'm still reading it. Just when I reread, I read slow.
That's cool.
When I read first things first, I read it in like a day.
I don't. I'm slow. But so that's where I'm at. I told you where I'm at, and I've got the children's trilogy that I've got out there to read, and then I've got that one other book.
Which I will probably read the children's trilogy after you do, or as you do.
Right. So I've got 4 books left out there, and we just renewed yesterday.
We did.
So we've got 2 more weeks on those.
But the poor librarian, I called like almost as soon as they opened, and she just sounded like she didn't want to be there.
Like, I just got here. I just opened. How could you possibly be calling me and
she was
asking
just
me
like,
to do
hello?
something?
And like I was a little like nervous because I forgot to call, and she was just like, hello. I'm like, oh sorry. Good morning. I mean, you stammer. She wasn't that pleased with us. Yeah. So some of my most anticipated reads, I think, are. I want to read Full Disclosure. I'm looking at my stack of books in case I don't. I think I want to read this. It's called The Formula for Murder.
Oh, another murder.
Well, I'm in the zone, okay?
I know. I'm just saying.
It has pictures in it,
After the serial killer one, I need
which is quite nice, and
I need some
quotes and
space.
stuff. I find that well.
Okay.
I'm gearing up to write another murder mystery, so I'm pretty sure that's why.
Probably.
That's it. Let's see. What's one that you're intrigued to read?
Well, intrigued. I just have those 4 books left from the library, and then I have the white book from Ted Decker's Circle series that's out there for me to read.
And then you have green after that.
Yeah, and then I still have D. Henderson's Danger in the Shadows.
Oh, I want to read that.
The prequel to the O'Malley series. So I still have that one out there in my to-be-read list. So
yeah, and I still have all the rest of mine. I have another Anne Perry book. I have The Bronze Bow. I have Aragon, the first in that Inheritance Cycle series. I've never read that. And I have a bunch of others, but I'm in a reading slump. A little bit of a reading slump.
And I'll force her out of it.
Yeah, she will.
I'll push her. But that's where we're at. We just thought we'd do a little check-in and let you know some of the good books. And until next time.
Bye.
Bye.